If you don't plan your life, someone else will, and it's non-negotiable. Most people do not fail at life because they don't have talent. They fail because they lack the patience and motivation to sit down and plan what their dream life will look like and work towards it. In this video, we're going to uncover the reasons why many of us drift through life and ways that we can get out of that and lead an abundant, full life. Why do most people drift through life? So the reality is we have been misled. I need you to picture this. This may have been you, and this may be you right now in this moment. You're 20 years old, and then 5 years go by, you're 25. That window between 20 and 25, you are still coming into yourself. You're probably working in Starbucks as a barista or something in retail. Like going towards 25, you get something that's a little bit more profound, something that pays you a little bit better. And now you have a little bit more flexibility and freedom to do the things that you've always wanted to do. You either buy that car that you're like, well, I know I need a car, but APR is a bit on the higher end. And you're like, I'll take it. And then the dealer kind of gives you some type of fluff, what makes you believe that it's worth the $400 monthly payment that is mostly going to your interest, but it depreciates and the value goes down as soon as that bad boy gets off the lot. So you have this vehicle now that's costing you a large chunk of your income. You are traveling more because, hey, that's what everyone else is doing on Instagram and on the social media space. You're probably going out to eat a lot. You're just spending, experiencing, and living out what they say is your best life. There is no account and no tracking. By the end of that run, you see at the end of the year, why is it every time I feel like my money is going away? And then society tells you that it's because we have systems in place that don't support the workforce, that don't support the labor force. That is the reason why you're struggling and you can't make ends meet. Because you told yourself that I need to buy a $6 cup of coffee every morning and go out to dinner every night. Fast forward now, okay? So we're 25 and then we're moving to 30 years old. 30 years old, you're looking to be more established, you're looking to be more settled, you might want to buy a home, you might want to start your family at this point, and you're wondering, the work that I was doing then, it's definitely not going to continue to support me now in the needs that I have. Where did the time go? Where did the money go? That, guys, is what drifting is called. You are just living and you're not taking account for anything. And a lot of the decisions you think you've made are things that have been fed to you. And most of them were in your subconscious mind. If this is helping you see your business clearer, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, now back to the video. When I was in my 20s, my goal was to be a film director and a stage actress. That was the love of my life. I always knew in the back of my mind that that profession and that lifestyle, there's no real guarantee there. It's always going to be questioning, am I going to get this next gig? Is this next project going to cover me for a set amount of time? And what will I do to reinvest? Be able to prepare for a future that I could stand on. At that time, but now I'm more clear that I wanted a life of uncertainty. I ended up working at my family's beauty salon in the middle of my college years. And at first I thought, well, I'm only doing this because my family needed a helping hand. At that time, we were very short on stylists, and I was one of the reinforcements of my household. And I thought that that was going to be a temporary gig. By no means did I think 15 years later today, that would still be a major part of my life. And all of the skills that I've acquired, understanding and perspective, my worldview has been heavily shaped on that. But as I said in the beginning, if you don't plan your life, someone else will. So A read that was so powerful to me and that I really appreciate is one of my favorite books is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's the main character of the book and having a discussion with the devil. So much insight comes from that discussion and understanding about mindset, how your mind should be wired to take charge and control of your own destiny and of your own life. And a quote in here that's really powerful is, drifting is nothing but a negative state of mind, a state of mind conspicuous by its emptiness of purpose. And I think that is just such an important line right there. Purpose. The opposite of drift is the purpose. If you have a purpose and you're targeted, then your potential to drift is a lot slimmer. And even if you start to veer off, you always have something to bring you back. So let's just analyze this word purpose here, right? Purpose has a root word, and even more important than just having a root word, it has a proto-root word. And if you're asking what's a proto-root word, so let's just do this quick lesson. A root word typically has 3 letters. It's not just a grammatical convention to understand how to read and write from a surface level. Reading and writing are inscribed in our nature. So what is the proto? So proto means like before, what came before, in essence, right? 2 letters you keep hearing over and over in here are the letter P and the letter R. You keep hearing that. Even in proto you hear that. Or when you say to precede, something that precedes, you hear the P and the R. So you already have an opening to what this P and R could mean. So like in the word purpose, it also has that P and an R, as you can see right here. So with that said, what word do you hear as I showed you in purpose? You hear pure. So P-U-R-E is how we spell pure rightfully, but we can hear the sounds. So something that precedes or something that is the start of speaks to purity, because when something is pure, that's before anything has been added or tampered with. And when you have your purpose, there is that purity, that essence. Why am I here? What is my God-given duty or my God-given task? And that is a lifelong journey and a lifelong process that you engage in for all of the years. So when you are living purposeful, right, you always will maintain your essence and that purity, even with all of the other moving parts around you. I truly hope that this was helpful, and I will catch you on the next one. For more videos like this to help you get to your purpose and the steps to get there, follow me, like this video, and share it with someone who you know could really benefit from this information and this inspiration. Talk to y'all soon.